Okay. My name is Justin McBride. I'm a firefighter at Danville City Fire Department, and I've been at the department for about 7 years now. We're here to talk about the basics of how to correctly install a child safety seat and properly secure a child in the seat. So this is important because when children are unsecured in vehicles during collisions, their chances of serious death or serious injury and death are much higher. Child safety seats, if they're properly installed and the child is properly secured, they'll reduce the chance of fatality by about 70% and the need for hospitalizations by about 50 to 55%. So we're going to go over the basics of how to select a seat for the child and how to properly install it and then how to secure the child in the seat. So first, you want to make sure the seat is, if it's used, we don't recommend using it. We recommend getting a new seat to make sure it hasn't been involved in any collisions. For newborns, we'll start off with a rear-facing child seat. Just make sure that it's rated for the correct height and weight of the child. When you install it in the vehicle, there'll be a couple different ways to install it. You can either use the vehicle safety belt in the car, as long as it is a ratcheting lock. If not, you can use there's a system on car seats called a latch. It stands for lower anchor and tethers for children. You can use that to secure it to anchors that are in the seat of all new vehicles now. Once the seat is correctly installed in the vehicle, when we put the child in the safety seat, again, we want to make sure that it's the correct size for the child and the child meets the weight and height ratings for the seat. When we place the child in the seat, we're going to make sure if it's rearward facing, we want the shoulder straps to be at or below shoulder height so that they're coming up and over the shoulders. We want the chest clip to be at armpit level, and we want to make sure that the harness straps are tight enough that we can't pinch any material. Call it the pinch test. We want to make sure we can't pinch any material between our fingers. If, especially during the winter time, if the child's wearing a puffy jacket or other bulky clothing, you want to kind of take that off, and you can cover them up after you put the straps on. That's to make sure the strap gets nice and secure to the child. The reason that's important is if these straps are loose or if this retainer clip is too low on the child, we can either get abdominal injuries from that chest clip being too low as opposed to when it's up higher at the proper position that the rib cage protects the child. And then you can also get a situation we call it submarining, where the child slips out the top of the shoulder straps in a collision. At that point, that's pretty much the basics for rearward facing. When we go forward facing, we want the shoulder straps to be at or above shoulder height. And again, the same thing applies for making sure the shoulder straps are nice and tight on the child. When we go forward facing, that's when we'll use the forward facing tether that clips to the back of the car seat or the vehicle seat. And that's to help control forward motion in a vehicle collision. So there's a lot of online resources for how to correctly install car seats. Obviously the manual that comes with the car seat and your vehicle's owner's manual. But it can get kind of tricky, so all of the Danville firefighters go to a 40-hour class to get their car seat safety technician certifications. And we offer free service. If you come by the firehouse with your car seat, we will help you to correctly install it in your vehicle. And if you have your child with you, we'll also show you how to make sure you have the child secured properly in the car seat. So hopefully the information we've gone over today will help remind everyone the importance of keeping a child in a correctly installed safety seat and having the child correctly secured in the seat. And again, just remember, the Danville Fire Department will help you install your car seat and make sure your child is properly secured if you come by the firehouse.